today, and now you feel fat today also. You're welcome. And now there's a podcast.
Welcome to I Feel Fat Today. I'm your host, Kelly Taylor. Thank you for joining me. The intro to the show is going to be short and sweet, and it's evidently going to look pretty terrible. I am recording this on my laptop, and I don't have any makeup on, and my hair looks insane. But I wanted to pop in and say, hey, I haven't had much FaceTime one-on-one with my listeners in a minute. So I have a few minutes to pop in and say, hey, so that's what I'm doing. Before we get into it with our guest this week, need I remind you to please subscribe on YouTube. We've hit the 400 subscriber milestone. Very exciting. Now we're about 90 subscribers away from the 500 milestone, which will be really exciting because that means we are halfway to 1,000. And in my mind, this podcast becomes legitimate when I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So tell your friends. If you have multiple YouTube accounts, like for some reason I do, I have like 5 of them. I don't know why. Maybe 5 is an exaggeration, but I have at least 3. Go ahead and subscribe on each of the YouTube subscriptions that you have. And pad our numbers there and tell your friends about the show. Something funny happens if one of the animals looks particularly cute in an episode, send it over to your friend. Then head over to Apple Podcasts and leave us a 5-star review. Let the people know that you like the show. And the more 5 stars we have over there, the more it gets out to people, to new listeners, so that they can discover this platform and the wonderful guests that come on here and talk about diet culture and eating disorders and insecurities. You can follow us on Instagram at I Feel Fat Today, and follow me, your host, Kelly Taylor, at Hello, This is Kelly. I think that's all the housekeeping I had. There is things happening in the world that I'd love to talk about, shows, just kind of like the state of affairs. I was going to record this intro a few days ago where I was particularly weepy, and I was going to come on and kind of talk about the horrors of the world. But I was crying too much. So I was like, you know what? Seems like recording myself in a vulnerable state and then cementing it on the internet is maybe not the best move. So I'm going to hold on that. And then maybe next week or in the next few weeks, we'll have a solo up. Yeah, I'm going to bring on my guest. Okay, please help me in welcoming my guest, comedian Alysia Hush. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I mean, obviously I'm good. Look
at this.
How could I not be? I'm rich.
Yeah,
I'm rich.
You get the full
I'm like,
spectrum.
they're on loan, but
I know. Yeah, the animals had to say hello as they do.
yes, hello.
The Bastis can tell you're a cat owner.
I am, but I grew up with dogs actually.
You did, yeah.
Yes, I always wanted cats when I was younger, but my mom does not like cats.
Oh, okay.
So we only ever had dogs. And when I was finally like, okay, I have my feet under me well enough that I can take on an animal, I'm gonna get myself a kitty.
Cats are great to have. I feel like if I had, I would never give up Finny. He's the best.
Oh,
but
so sweet.
Now he's trying to get on the couch.
I know he is jealous.
This is when his age shows, when he doesn't just jump on.
Yeah.
Come on, you have your little lift here. But it's easier to manage like being a person in New York, especially doing comedy with a cat.
Yeah.
It's harder with a dog.
That's exactly what.
Yeah. Dog you have to tend to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's more like I feel like my cat needs attention, but I don't think he does need as much attention as a dog. And he doesn't need to go for walks.
Yeah.
And I also I don't have an apartment situation that I think is big enough for a dog, even a small one. With my apartment size, a cat has like so much. They have so many access to different levels.
Yeah.
So the apartment is bigger for him than. Yeah.
It's cats are a New York City pet for sure.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Well, and you grew up in Texas?
Yes, I'm from San Antonio originally, but both my parents are military, so we moved around like every 4 or 5 years. But we got stationed in Texas 4 or 5 times.
Wow.
And my dad is from Texas, and so his family is there, and that's where they retired.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you lived in multiple parts of Texas?
Yes.
It's a big place to live 5 times.
Yeah. I've lived in San Antonio twice because I was born there, and then my parents retired there.
Okay.
And now they live in Marble Falls, which is basically Austin.
Okay. Cool.
And I lived there over the pandemic.
Yes, I remember.
Yes.
We met doing Zoom comedy.
Yes. Yes. That's really embarrassing for me because
I was doing it
embarrassing
too.
for myself. Yeah. And then I've lived in El Paso. That's where my sister was born, and Fort Hood, which I can't remember where exactly that is, but that's where my brother was born. So yeah, every time we left Texas, we ended up going back to it.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Are you from here?
I'm from New Jersey.
You're from Jersey.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Like we always had a backyard because we've lived in like the military bases for the most part. But I remember the first time we lived off base, we got stationed to Washington, and we had like a backyard, but like we lived in an area that was safe enough that some people fenced it, some people didn't.
Yeah.
And we personally did not. And so our backyard went into the woods. And my parents let us like go just spend the night out there. We would disappear for hours, and they were like, we had to go to like what to do if you see a mountain lion lessons.
Whoa, that's
Yeah,
crazy. Did you ever see wildlife?
I never saw one, but our house was on the news when we were on vacation once because a mountain lion was chilling in our front yard.
No
just
way.
hanging out. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's crazy.
Yeah. So they were like they were there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
were afoot. And our parents would just let us run around back there. And I remember one time, I want to say my brother and his friends found a bag of bloody clothes.
So Texas.
So Dick Cheney.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Like, was it a hunting accident? Was it a disposal?
Could have been anything.
What happened? Was anybody's parents like, we should maybe take that to the police, or was like, just leave it?
I can't remember what they did with it. I'm assuming one of the parents did something.
Yeah.
But I remember being pretty focused on the bag of bloody clothes part.
Yeah. Yeah. But still
Yeah.
go play in the woods. Have fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing's going to stop
Yeah.
that. That's the best kind of babysitter, the woods.
Yes, exactly. It's free. It's free.
Yeah, it's free.
Then you don't have to worry about reapplying sunscreen. They're covered.
How much trouble can you get into in the woods?
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think there was like a tick problem back then. So just let us go.
There probably was.
Yeah.
And it's all undiagnosed.
Yeah, they were worried about a bag of bloody clothes. They were worried about a tick bite. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I always think about like how everyone's tracked now. You know, like there's Find My Friends. Like I see kids all the time wearing like Apple Watches and stuff so that their parents know where they are. And like I so get it, but it's crazy that our parents like never had that for us.
I like, no. I was talking to a friend who has a friend with a kid. And she was saying that his friend lives down the street, and she like watches him walk down the street the whole time. And I was like, yeah, I would freaking have a heart attack if I had a child. And was like, oh yeah, go outside. Hell, absolutely. Here, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
in this economy, no, absolutely not.
There's ticks out there.
Yeah, there's ticks out there. Yeah, crazy. Kids in New York. I'm always like,
kids anywhere.
Okay?
I'm like, how are you people doing this?
I know.
This is terrifying.
I know. It's kind of like when, you know how people say like you grow up and your friends become teachers and you're like, oh, teachers are fucked up.
Yeah,
like, they're drunk.
Yeah.
And then your friends become moms and you're like, oh, parents are fucked up.
It's like,
I thought it was just mine, but like they're like everyone. It's
Mhm.
everyone.
Yeah, because everyone's people just trying to get by.
Yeah.
You know?
Just trying to get by.
Yeah. So it's weird that you grew up on military bases because it kind of feels, I don't know why this is what's coming to mind, but it kind of feels like Truman Showy a little bit of just like maybe not Truman Show, but just how it's like, these are all the houses on the base that you live, and these are all the families within the base. It's like everyone you know is a military kid.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. And it is, it's interesting. And you don't know that it's interesting until you leave it. And you're like, what do you mean not all the houses have the exact same internal layout?
Yeah.
You know, like where you go to your friend's house and you're like, I know where everything is.
Right. You know? Totally.
Yeah.
There's no weird navigation.
Yeah.
This is just like my house.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But then also like a lot of the military bases had like pools, which I felt was like very luxurious.
Oh yeah. And
then to go to like a neighborhood where my parents were still on a military like salary, so there was no pool, and I was like, what the fuck?
You've
Why would we
experienced different levels of socioeconomic status because of your parents getting moved around.
What the fuck is this? So yeah, I often wonder, I'm like, why would they decide that the military base in Washington was the time? Because we decided not to live off base from then on. Yeah. And I think it was maybe like the second they could not, they didn't.
Yeah.
And I want to say it had to do something with schools.
Totally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So you have 2 siblings.
I have 2 siblings. Yeah.
You're the oldest.
I'm the oldest. I have a younger brother and a younger sister.
Okay. And it's you, sister, brother.
Me, brother, sister.
Oh, okay. That's the inverse of my family. I'm 2 older brothers, and I'm one older, one younger brothers, and I'm the middle.
Yes.
Yeah. So I still get like the curse of the eldest daughter.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not the oldest kid, I'm still like technically the oldest daughter.
You have to be the mean daughter.
And it's exhausting.
It is exhausting because you have to teach people a lot of shit.
Yeah. Yes.
And those people are boys.
Yeah. Man, these kids are a handful. I swear.
Yeah. And they don't want to be taught always.
No, not at all.
They don't want to be taught.
Gosh.
Is it easier to teach your older brother or your younger brother?
So I would say like my older brother, I think I had to teach more empathy, which he's attained. I mean,
good.
I've been trying to like work on this as a joke, like in my head. I haven't tried it on stage at all, but like he's gay. So I'm like, I'm the oldest daughter, but like my older brother's gay. So technically he is the oldest daughter, you know, but my younger brother, it's like, you know, he's 6 years younger than me. Whereas like my older brother and I are only 2 years apart.
Yes. Okay.
So it's like literally, I feel like I say this every podcast. I'm sorry, listeners, but I feel like, you know, it was like having a son, you know, like at times I felt like this was my child.
So fucked up.
I know.
I'll do it.
Yeah. And then I would get like mad when he would be like, "You're not my mom."
What the hell is that? Like, did I not give up a Saturday to teach you something?
Yeah, it's like, well, I did change some of your diapers, so I feel like that does give me some kind of status.
Yes, it has to.
Right?
You shouldn't know how to do that so young.
I know. But, you know, now I have it for the children I don't want to have.
But for the children you've already had.
Yeah. And for my friends' kids.
Yeah.
You know,
that's nice.
That's a nice skill to have.
Really nice.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm 32. There's time to think about what to do with children. And
exactly.
All that. But anyways, so I'm curious. I like to ask my guests, when was the concept of dieting? When did you first have the idea that like people adjust what they eat? Yeah.
I can't remember exactly. I do know that it was very young, like as a kid, because I don't remember. And that's
true. Yeah. An ingrained thing.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. And so I don't remember this, but I remember my aunt, this is my dad's older sister, telling me that, when I was younger, my mom sent me to go stay with her for a couple of weeks. And, I had asked her for a cookie. And she gave me an Oreo because that's what she had. And I was like, what is this? Or something like that. And she was like, a cookie. And I was like, no, that's not a cookie. And she figured out that my mom had told me that graham crackers were cookies. And she was like, now hold the fuck up. Try this. So I would say, like, even very, very young, my mom was trying to teach me certain things don't even exist.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like, trying to replace things in my mind.
I mean, your whole worldview changed when you were given an Oreo.
Yeah.
You didn't know that they existed, which is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And she said that, but like my whole face changed. That I was like, holy fuck.
Wait, were they at least like cinnamon graham crackers or like
Who
plain
knows? I would
crackers?
be willing to bet it was plain.
Plain. That's the worst cookie ever.
My mother, like, she doesn't.
Cracker.
It's a cracker. It's a cracker.
Crackers aren't cookies.
She doesn't do this anymore, but she used to. She went through a phase when I was in high school where she would cook things without the stuff that gives it flavor.
Yeah.
Like butter or, you know what I mean? And you'd be like, this is just boiled chicken.
Yeah.
And no wonder everybody has lost weight now because nobody's eating.
Right, because it's so bad.
It's bad.
Oh, it's so funny. Like, I feel like a universal experience of people that had moms that weren't the best cooks was like, I always thought I hated pasta, but it was because my mom didn't put any flavor in the sauce. Or like, I thought I hated Brussels sprouts, but it's because my mom, like, boiled them and served them up without like a pinch of salt.
Anything. Yeah. Or too soft. It just boiled everything out of it. Yeah. Or my mom would do this thing where like she would like make the completely plain chicken and then put it in cheese enchiladas. And I'm like, well, but the cheese enchiladas would also have like a can of Campbell's onion soup on it. You know what I mean? You're like, what is this? Diet enchiladas.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, this is like a enchilada casserole.
Yeah. And then she's like, why am I the only skinny one here? Like, okay.
Literally.
Like,
yeah, I remember seeing my grandma like labor over like these amazing meals, like because it would be like Sunday night, right? And she makes this gorgeous meal, and then she would have like oftentimes the lean cuisine version of that meal at the dinner table.
Yeah. Jeez Louise.
She looked amazing. Honestly, still does.
You're like, robbing yourself.
Yeah, I know. I know. I was on the phone with my grandma the other day. I try to call like at least every Saturday or Sunday. I try, and if
that's beautiful.
If I'm not doing it every week, then like at least on a 6-week cadence. It ebbs and flows. But I was on the phone with her, and then all of a sudden she goes, "Hold on, Kel. Hey, Bob, you want this? It's only 5 calorie." Like, I don't know. It's probably like a fucking little sugar-free something or other. Yeah, something. And it's like, just like they're in their 90s, bro. And it's like, it's only 5 calorie. You can have it.
Yeah.
And like my grandma's like very, very, and my grandpa too is like very obsessed with his diabetes.
Yeah.
And they're like, like no orange juice, no nothing that'll have the blood sugar, whatever. And I'm just like, oh my
orange
God,
juice.
you're 90.
Yeah.
Free me from these shackles,
Just take the vitamin gummy and call it a day.
Literally, just doesn't need to be the sugar free. And it's just like, that is like, talk about, because everything you're describing sounds very like 90s, early 2000s of just like, we're terrified of butter, like fat. That was like when fat was the enemy.
Yeah.
And it just sticks with you.
Yeah.
And then when I can't believe it's not butter came onto the scene and we were dealing with the butter chemicals, it was like
yellow dye.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
okay.
It's like you would add that to like a thing of mashed potatoes, and I swear it would like create like a yellow film at the top in the pot. Like a yellow film, and it would almost like sizzle in a way that a chemical burn sizzles. Like it was like not normal cooking.
Yeah.
It
was a hazard.
It was a hazard. And I remember this one family member would bring Thanksgiving to like whatever gathering, and I never minded the lasagna. I thought it was good, but my dad would get so pissed because you know how you put a little bit of sugar in like a red sauce to like cut the acidity.
No, but
Well, yeah.
that's
So
good
like
to
if you're
know.
making a red sauce, like you put a little dash of sugar, just a little bit to cut the acidity.
Okay.
And so it's a little bit more palatable. And they were using like Sweet and Low.
Oh,
like artificial like aspartame. And like if you
no.
put a touch of aspartame in something, the whole thing's that's why Diet Coke is so good.
Yeah.
Because you can have a 0-calorie drink that has that like nice sweet like and so the whole it's like the lasagna would taste like literal candy.
Yeah. Wow, but what a hack.
What a hack.
What a hack.
And I'm like
500 calorie dessert. Here we go.
yeah, God forbid we have a Thanksgiving where it's like now where I am with food, I'm like, this is the one day a year where it's like, let's go no holds barred.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but no, everything has to be like, well, we have to make it can't be too indulgent, you know?
What are you talking about? You spent 7 hours making it.
I know.
You
sweating
indulged
over it.
7 hours.
Yeah.
You just did 7 hours of steady state cardio.
yes.
Like
You're literally sweating over the
Yes.
mashed potatoes.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
when they say food is made with love, it's literally just the perspiration of the woman making it.
Yes.
I promise you.
Amen.
It's disgusting,
Yeah.
but it's, you know,
so true.
it's made with love.
Or you know what really like not bothers me, but like gets me about people talking about like food and diet food is when, you know, I support any diet, however you want to go about your lifestyle. But when people get worried about eating apples or grapes because they're full of, I'm like, that's a journal thought. That's what you put in your journal, and you're like, okay, I got it out, and you put it away.
You know, it's funny because I don't feel like I hear that very often, aside from on the internet. Like IRL, I'm not having conversation with people where they're worried about fruit. And literally, like a few weekends ago, my friend's little sister just moved into a luxury building, and like in Jersey, and it has a pool. So she's like, "Come, let's chill in the pool." So I go over, and you know, we have. We have like, you know, watermelon and like little snacks and stuff. And her sister is doing intermittent fasting, which she just, when she was describing it, and Tamara, I love you, but like you literally wrote, she was like, yeah, I'll go like 36 hours without eating. And I've lost, I'm like, how do you go to work? How do you go to work? And so then we're, you know, chilling by the pool and we're figuring out what we're going to have for lunch later. And, Tamar was like, you know, we're eating some fruit, and we were like, oh, Tamar, have some fruit. And she goes, I can't, the sugar in it. And I was like, no. Like before I would be like, before I, you know, kind of have been doing this podcast for so long, I probably would be like, oh yeah, I guess it does break down into sugar. And then like, I've read too many like diet self-help books to not tell somebody that says that about fruit, that everything we eat breaks down into sugar.
Yeah.
Everything.
It is in the polysaccharide, whatever. It's the building block. It's one of the building blocks. You remember in AP Bio when your teacher told you that? It's that.
Yep. That's probably the only thing I remember from AP Bio for being fucking realistic right now. Like, and it's just so funny how, and like, it's just when you, and this is what diet culture does, right? We like it narrows in on one thing. Mm-hmm. Like recently, right now online on TikTok, you may have come across this. Is everyone's obsessed with their blood sugar spiking? So there's like trackers and monitors and things and strips you can get to see like, is this going to make your blood pressure spike? And it's just so funny that that's like one facet of something you're going to focus on when, yes, if you fast for many hours and then the first thing you eat is fruit, your blood sugar is going to spike, and you're honestly probably not going to feel good because it's going to run straight through you, and you're probably going to have terrible shits. Yeah, you know,
because it's all wrapped up in fiber.
Yes, and water.
Yeah,
and you're probably also deeply dehydrated.
Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah, I know. Cheers. Yeah, if you've got like all the water, you're fine.
Yep,
it's like water. All of that sugar is water soluble.
It's so funny.
Fiber soluble. Like I remember my mom talking to one of her friends or something over the pandemic, and she was talking about how when we used to be on Weight Watchers, she learned that, you know, fruit was like 1 point a piece, but then when you blend it all up together, it becomes 5 points because you release all the sugar, and it's like, okay, true, but shut up.
Yeah. I remember
You gotta stop.
I'm really not a smoothie drinker. Like I'll go through waves and then I'm like, if I have to clean that blender one more fucking time.
Oh my God.
So I really
Get outta
like
here.
am not a smoothie person. And I remember Weight Watchers making me terrified of a smoothie. Like legitimately afraid.
Yes.
Like that thing is going to make me so obese that like I'm gonna not be able to like
Sugar bomb.
Yeah, sugar bomb.
That's what they love to say. Sugar bomb. I remember this was like maybe like 5 months ago. I was at the grocery store, and you know those like little mini cherry tomatoes?
Yes.
That are like all the little varieties. One of them straight up said sugar bombs, like as the title.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy, there's no way these sell.
Yeah.
Like there's no way.
The fact that cotton candy grapes are a marketable thing.
I know.
No way people are eating those.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, they're delicious.
I've never had one. I've never seen one in the wild. I've only ever seen them
grapes.
on TikTok.
But it's just like, it's crazy. Like, yeah, grapes do have a lot of sugar, but like, it's much better than having like a chocolate and Oreo.
Yeah. By a long shot.
A long shot.
Just because, yeah. And there's like antioxidants in it. It's natural sugar, which is your body is meant to be digesting. It's supposed to. You know, it's like food. That's real food.
Yeah, there's so many real foods that I was terrified of.
Yeah.
I put avocado in my salad today for lunch, and I remember the time in my life when I was like, no, avocado, like I could never eat that.
Yeah.
Like
it's fat.
It's fat.
Pure fat.
It's pure fat.
Yeah. Or mixed nuts, almonds.
Oh
like
my gosh.
Walnuts.
Crazy.
All of it. Yeah. And it's literally food that comes from the earth.
Yeah, that's all it is.
And then I'm like, oh, I'll have this protein bar instead.
Right.
That's garbage. It's literal garbage.
And then I remember when I learned that having a protein, like, because I would have a power bar every day for lunch.
Yeah.
And when I learned
obsessed.
that was like eating a Snickers, first off, I was in denial. I was like, no. No.
Because I'm telling you right now, I didn't feel like I was eating a Snickers.
Yeah, I did not feel it. I did not get the satisfaction of a Snickers. In fact, I was actively extremely hungry after having that Snickers. After having that power bar. You know what? Literally every day at lunch, having a power bar and then being like, and like a Gatorade and being like, I'm content with this. And then someone coming by with that hot plate of fries. And you're just like, oh, yeah, eating the whole thing.
Yes.
So good.
Why are the school fries so
I don't know what they were, a little bit of crack in them, man.
Well, yeah.
Because they were salting them.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. That's 100% why. Do you know my mom actually called the high school, and we were always, at least I was for the most part, like a take your lunch to school.
Yeah, same. Mix, but yeah.
Yeah. Every once in a while I would buy lunch, but not really. And I remember my mom, I guess my brother bought school lunch more often, but my mom called the school and told them that we were not allowed to buy desserts.
No.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't know about this because I was not really buying my lunch. And one day I had to buy my lunch and I tried to buy strawberries with whipped cream. And she made me put them back in line. I had to go and put them all back. And I remember this boy, what was his name? Brian. Very sweet boy, was like a few people behind me, and he was so innocent, but he was like, what was that? Why'd you go have to put your food back? And I was like,
yeah.
Well, because my mother, because my brother and I are fat.
Because my body's being policed. I live in a police state.
Yeah.
How big was that school?
So I went to a pretty big school. There were like 800 kids in my class.
Oh my gosh.
So
and they were like,
about
your mom called about you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember like it was embarrassing for me, but I remember thinking like my brother in high school was pretty small. Mm-hmm. Did this happen to him in front of people? Because nobody's going to fuck with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People will fuck with him. And I was just like, that fucking bitch.
Yeah.
And I love my mom. She's a good mom. But
they're products of their own diet culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I don't blame them at all.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I've done my work in therapy to figure my shit out. Like, you know, it's just it's
yeah.
you pass on what you had,
what
you know?
because you don't know. Yeah,
Totally.
that happened to you, really. I think I was talking to my sister the other day, and we were talking about my grandma, my mom's mom, and how like so fun and love and all that. And I was like, grandma would probably tell us we were fat, right? Like if she told, if mom told us we were fat, it's because grandma told her that she was fat, and mom was never fat.
Yes.
So,
oh yeah, yeah. No, it's. I mean, who else is gonna teach you about what a food journal is?
I
If not
know.
for the matriarchs in your family.
I know. I know.
Again, no hate, no shade. It just
Yeah.
is what it is. I remember finding one of my grandmother's food journals from like the 60s.
And there was like nothing in it. Or yes, there was, for such meticulous notes, there was really nothing in it. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing is like how like deliberately they track everything.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I've been on some form of a diet, whatever that has looked like, my entire life.
Yeah.
And I think it's just been very, very recently that I was like, I'm just not going to do that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's like, well, it's kind of like going back to like you thinking that a graham cracker was a cookie when it's all you've ever known. It's like, why would I stop breathing?
Yeah.
Why would I stop drinking water?
Yeah.
Why would I stop, digesting? I'm just doing the things that like I'm supposed to. It's so involuntary. And yeah, I don't know. And because I feel like maybe you can relate to this. I always had some kind of benchmark happening in my life that like I'm losing the weight for that thing.
Yes.
So like every year for Halloween, it would be like crash diet before Halloween, to like fit into whatever stupid costume or whatever. Yeah. And so I don't know. I guess now the benchmarks would be things like weddings and stuff, or I don't know, but it's just so exhausting.
It's exhausting. And I also like almost feel like for me, there's like this sense of like how you said of like, why would I stop breathing? It's like, oh, but I'm supposed to be losing weight.
Yeah.
And well, actually, that's not true. I'm not supposed to be doing anything but taking care of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you feel like your body size was ever like bigger than the norm your life? Or?
Yeah, I think I've fluctuated. I think I've always felt much, much bigger, regardless of whether or not that was true. And then sometimes, like, I think I felt smaller than what other people perceive me to be. And I'm like, oh, I think, but it's never really bothered me when that's happened.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think sometimes I could be like, oh, well, they're stupid.
Yeah. I have intellect.
That's
yeah. There's always
a way.
Mirror.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you have any life circumstances that you felt like made you diet more times than others? Like, did you go off to college?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
I went to Texas State.
So was that away from like where your parents?
No, it was like an hour and a half away.
Okay. But, did you live on campus?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the differentiator. Like, for making a move to college is being somewhere that like now I'm living somewhere outside of like my parents' home. Yeah. Or my home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden that's a weird. When I have conversations on the show, I feel like that comes up as a time period of like, yeah, that's when things changed.
Yes.
Yes. Feeding yourself on your, now no Freedom, one's there to
slightly
slap the dessert out of your hand. Yeah. You have free will.
Yeah. And a meal card. Hello.
Free will and a meal card.
Yeah.
That's what they should call the school, the meal plans. It's the free will 15.
Yeah, they should. Yeah. Yeah, and like the dining hall, some of them can be pretty good.
Yeah, some of them can be pretty good.
I remember my brother went to Texas State for the first few years of his college education, and we look very, very similar. And that was also a pretty big school, but I remember a few people had come up to me once, and they were not once, but like throughout the time. And they were like, there's like this kid that looks exactly like you. And every time somebody said that, he was in Jones Food Hall. Saw this kid walking around the food hall at Jones. I was like, yeah. That's got to be him.
That's him.
My brother.
Damn. Do your parents like see you living in New York and doing comedy? Like, what is she doing?
No, I think they don't really. I think, weirdly enough, this is one of the few things they've been pretty supportive of.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, surprising. I was very surprised. I like always wanted to be some form of an artist, and they were like, no, absolutely not. Yeah. And then when I had told them that I started doing comedy, they were like, oh, that seems cool. That seems cool. And I'm mostly surprised by that because I wouldn't say that they would be like, oh yeah, she's the funny one.
Yeah. For sure.
So, yeah. What about you?
It ebbs and flows, but it's mostly don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
They're like really impressed by Joe.
Oh, hello. Go, Joe.
And I'm like, I do the same thing. It was a few Thanksgivings ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, where Joe and I sometimes will have this guy that will send us out on gigs, and like if it's 3 people, we do 30 minutes. If it's 2 people, you have to do 45, which is so much harder.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was like literally the day after Thanksgiving, and we were going to be at my parents' house in New Jersey. So it was out in Pennsylvania, like maybe a 3-hour drive away. And I was like, we can do it, but like I have to either try to get my mom's car or they're going to want to come and drive us.
Yeah.
And Joe's like, I don't care. They can come to the show. And I was like so wrecked over it. I was so nervous. But they came out, and, having to do, when I'm doing 45 minutes of comedy, I'm doing every joke I've ever written.
Yes.
That's it.
Especially if you're in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. I'm like, we're doing lowest common denominator, whatever I can have come up with.
Yeah.
And I think they were like so shocked at how like I could hold my own, like performing, not with Joe because it was separate sets, but like it was a good show throughout. I went and then Joe went, and nice. And literally like I've started headlining, meaning going last on these shows, and like the only reason why I hadn't been, why I was like, no, Joe, you close out, is because I just didn't have this belief that I could.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's all this industry is having the belief in yourself to do it.
Yeah.
Joe was like, oh, we should do the mic this afternoon. And I was like,
at Flophouse?
Yeah.
Do it.
And well, I was like
already signed up.
And I was like, but I literally did the same. I don't have anything else to do. It's just like I'm gonna do the same material, and like that is such a mind F that I have to try to get over. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when it comes to my parents and the supportiveness, they were like, it was the first time, and I had been doing comedy for like 5 or 6 years at that point, and they were like, she's actually doing comedy.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like, I write material. Like I write.
A 6-year-long hobby though, like, come on, like that's a little bit more than that. You know? Like
exactly.
At some point you gotta put it all together, mom and dad. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think to protect peace, I've learned to not tell people about anything until like it's completely come to fruition and I'm on the other side of it, Yeah. If I'm doing a self-tape for something, not being like, oh, I have to do the self-tape, just do the self-tape and submit it. And if you get the job, then talk about the job.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's that. Cause
wow, that's so frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah. But is what it is.
Yeah.
But my older brother is a flight attendant, and he is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Nothing wrong with flight attendant.
He's had the hobby of flight attendant for 5 years?
No, legitimately. Legitimately. I mean, he did break out of the Matrix. He did marry rich and then...
Well, congratulations.
Yeah. He did the show. If you guys want to go back and watch whatever episode that was. But Frank Taylor.
Frank Taylor.
Yeah. Sounds like a pilot, right?
Yeah.
That actually was the name of the pilot in Catch Me If You Can, that Leonardo DiCaprio movie, where he is like,
the scam.
yeah, the
Yeah,
scam guy.
yeah.
When he was scamming as a pilot, his name was Frank Taylor,
Wow.
which is crazy. Because my brother does have his pilot's license. He's always been obsessed with aviation.
Wow.
Weird. And subsequently Leonardo DiCaprio.
So do your parents treat it like it is a hobby? Is that how they think of it? Instead of like it's just like your other job?
It's full on hobby level. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's not like I remember saying something. I was like, I had just finished or worked on, and it was like, oh, cool. And I'm like, all right, I'm never bringing this up.
Little
You
shits.
know?
Wow. You could call my dad. My dad thinks it's really cool that women are in comedy.
That's
It's
so
all the
nice.
rage. Yeah.
I love that, especially from like a military guy.
Yeah.
Like I actually want to ask you about that. So like when I hear someone comes from a military family, I'm just like, okay, did your parents make you like bounce a quarter off your bed in the morning? Like what was that? What was the structure like besides, you know?
No, but my mom was is the type.
Yeah.
But no, my dad is really into the arts. Way more than my mom. Like if they're going to see a play, it's because he was like, Linda, you've got to see a play every now and again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like when they get like theater ticket or not, what is it? Season tickets?
Yes.
It's always because he's like,
Yeah.
we're doing this, or
We're
like going to
cultured.
going to see a concert or something like that. But so he's supportive of the arts. I think in general, I think it's different to be like, oh, my child does that.
Yeah.
But he's supportive of, I think both of my parents respect that this is not a hobby for me. It's a second job.
Yeah.
Even if I don't make as much money right now
Totally.
as my day job,
Yeah.
which is great. My mom is a pilot.
Oh, so cool.
Super
They
strict.
were Air Force?
No, both military. Or both
Oh,
Army. Sorry,
Army.
both Army.
Yeah.
She's very strict, and she was definitely like this. Well, they're both a little scary. They're scary when they're mad, and I don't think you can tell that they're in the military when they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds very much like my parents. Like both can be strict. Like it kind of depended. What I was trying to get out of, I could kind of go to a different parent for whatever, you know. And my parents are very much like, if you're happy, you know, whatever. If you're happy, like they're very happy that I am with Joe.
That's great.
Yeah, they're very like, I don't know. I swear sometimes
they love Joe. That's good.
Yeah, and sometimes I'm like, don't give him too many compliments. Like I was fine before. Like I was more than fine.
Yeah.
But, you know, I also get it. You know, it's like they had multiple children by the time they were my age. So, you know.
So are they like on you about that?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they would like it.
Yeah.
But I mean, they experienced too much of parentals, you know, being like, all right, well, now we need this and now you need to do this. And so they were like, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Which thank God.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I already had to endure Catholic school. Like, please do not tell me what else to do.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've sort of filled their quota. I think,
For
on
sure.
Control.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So
Catholic
that's
control.
nice.
That's
it's
top tier.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just this inherent guilt that you're just like, it's really like, I didn't understand why. I always thought things that were fun, like when I was like in my teens and 20s, like I always thought that if you're having fun, you should always feel a little bit bad about it.
Oh,
like I just always thought it's like, oh, I'm having fun. Of course I feel bad about it. You know, it's like that trend on
Jesus
TikTok.
died for my sins.
Yeah, literally.
And I'm out here
and it's just
with my friends.
Yeah. Like the nerve of me. And it's not that like, and that's not like, I can't, that's like not a direct blame to parentals, but
Sure,
it just like the religion of Catholicism just gives you this air of like, even something, the idea of like, don't kill yourself because then you won't go to heaven.
Oh my God.
Is like,
whoa.
Okay, so if killing myself is going to cause me to not go to heaven. Like, what else is going to cause me to not go to heaven?
Yeah.
You know?
And that's just that's a priest who had his hands full. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I don't know what to
with
say. I don't know what
something.
to say. Don't do it, David. You'll go to hell.
Yeah.
You know?
I saw this funny ass TikTok. I spend so much of my life on TikTok, and you know what? I'm done feeling bad about it. Of this girl being like she basically mimicked the way that a priest talks in church, like the cadence of their voice. They have like this real like rhythmic, I don't know, I like the way that priests speak in church. It's like very high. It's almost like a melody.
Yeah.
And she was like, and my like undiagnosed ADHD ass wondered why I could only focus in church. So I'm like going all over like this in class. And then we get to church, which was once a week. And I would just be like locked in on what this guy was saying, you know?
Didn't miss a word.
I remember one time, I think it was 8th grade graduation mass. I was locked in on Father Dennis, like could not, like literally to the point where like I felt his eyes like looking at me like why is she so locked in on me? And then later that evening at the
he was not used to people actually listening. They look out the crowd the whole time. Like, well, I can say whatever.
And then later that evening, we had this thing called the Little Theater, and that's where like the 8th grade graduation ceremony was happening. And, you know, you'd walk across the stage and you'd shake hands with the principal and you'd shake hands with Father Dennis. And he shook my hand and he was like, I got to tell you, you were staring so intently at me in mass earlier that I was like feeling self-conscious about myself.
Good.
And he told me this as he's shaking my hand at 8th grade graduation.
Wow, Father Dennis.
I was like,
you couldn't get it together for an 8th grader? Wow.
Like, are you ADHD? Like, are you all over the place? When I'm like reading a book and I like am focused on reading the book, I'm like, I'm doing such a good job right now. You know, it's like,
there you go.
So when
I'm gone.
Yeah. Now I'm
Look
gone.
at me. Yeah.
I get so like happy and impressed with myself when like I'm just able to focus on something.
And it feels so accomplished, doesn't it?
So accomplished.
Yeah. Yeah. I also feel like that when I check emails for like 20 minutes.
Oh.
I'm like, whoa, look at my 5 emails in my inbox. Now that is something a non-medicated, you know what I mean, would do with their day. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, God.
Absolutely.
But I don't know how we got on this tangent. Sorry.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
God, this is random, but I've been playing this iPhone game recently where I just got sucked into it. Royal Kingdom. It's like Candy Crush, but it's the one where
you run, right?
No, it's the one where you save the king from like.
Oh,
you've seen those ads on Instagram,
and oh my God, from like lava or whatever.
Yeah,
and he's yeah,
and he's like,
you're saving that guy. So I'll watch him die, and then I'm out.
The reason why I downloaded it was because I thought every game would be like that, but you have to do like a bunch of like Candy Crush style puzzles to then get to him.
I see.
So I've been playing a lot of that.
What the hell? They don't even let you have the guy that they reel you in with.
No, it's like every few games.
Wow.
You have to go through levels to get to King's Nightmare. That's what it's called.
Jeez Louise.
And I think I've been playing it so much, and I like close my eyes and I like picture the game.
Oh my God.
That's like happening
it's
to
a
me
song
right now.
stuck in your head.
Oh
but
my
it's a
God.
game.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I'll play before bed and then I lay my head down on the pillow and it's just like I'm like watching a movie of like the game happening. And I'm like, I'm basically like putting Diet Coke directly on my brain. Like, what am I doing?
Just boiling water.
Yeah, literally. I'm just steeping
Keeping it
my
warm.
brain.
Who cares? Yeah.
Yeah, I could be writing. What?
No. Yeah. I was like, do you ever like talk to nobody?
All the time.
Yeah. I was doing that earlier today, giving an interview, and like and I was telling people about the writing routine that I don't have, where I wake up and I like to work out and then I write for a few hours.
Yeah.
And then I have lunch and go for a walk and write for a few more hours.
Yeah, okay.
I write for like 1 hour a day on a good day.
On a good day.
Yeah.
And like for me, it ended up devolving into like, well, the walk was the writing.
Yes.
Because I was thinking about stuff when I was walking.
Yes.
It's part of my process.
Yes. All the time. Yeah, me talking to myself is part of the process.
Yeah.
Like it never is. You're not writing it down.
I know. Even like I've noticed I have like categorized things as part of my process though, that because I needed to stop feeling bad about it. I would get this thing where if I was booked on a show, and I still do it, where I'm like, I don't want to go and do this. I don't want to go and do this. Like for some reason, I don't want to go and do it.
Yes.
And then I go and I have a set, whether it's great or bad or mid, and I leave and I'm like, that was part of my process. Like literally going through the motions of like, I have nothing to wear. I don't know. My hair is looking weird. I don't know. It's part of the process.
Yeah. I'm always going to come up with excuses because I always have to tell myself it's not that you don't want to do stand up. You don't want to leave your house. And it's perfectly valid.
Yeah. I don't want to be perceived.
Yes.
I don't want to be perceived.
I need to be looked at. I don't need to be heard. And I don't want to have to talk to people that are technically colleagues and not like, I like these people fine, but I work with them.
I know. And they've heard this already.
Yes.
And I don't want to be judged by you. And it's so upsetting.
Yeah. I've had one of the same openers since starting comedy. Yeah. And I'm like, ugh, I just have to get over that.
You just really have to get over it. It really is like you really are your own limiting person. Because something I heard recently on a podcast was you never know when you need to be ready. You just need to be ready.
Yes, exactly.
And
that's terrifying.
I know. It's constantly being a state of fight or flight.
Yeah.
Ready for, I don't know, someone.
The break.
You met
the big break.
Yeah, the break. God, yeah, no, comics talk about the big break like, religious people talk about Jesus coming. Yeah. Like it's coming. And you're all going to feel sorry.
Like just the fact that we're getting, I think, consistent stage time in a place like New York City is good.
You are.
Well, I'm going to Mike's.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's also like having the consistent. Sometimes you have to make the consistent stage time.
You have to make your own work.
You have to make it. So whether it's like slogging it at a mic or, producing a show, which is so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard. And
it's a nightmare.
Bringing it back to, kind of like the vibe of the podcast of when I'm doing the most with comedy, like producing a show, getting on stage as consistently as I like, I can't have my day job being like status quo. I can't have a clean apartment and I can't be treating my body with like love and respect where I'm like working out the way that I want to, where I'm not putting garbage in my body. Yeah. Like if it's like, it's so hard to balance it all, so that like you leave work and then can go to an open mic. And then all of a sudden you leave the open mic and you're like, well, it's 8:00 at night and I haven't eaten all day and I have to not feel like shit.
And I could eat or work out.
And come on. Yeah. And I'm tired. Like I'm exhausted.
Yeah, exactly. I'm exhausted and my body doesn't want to do anything.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've done nothing, but I've done so many things.
I know.
Or like I was talking to my other friend, my friend JD, who we were talking about, have you ever like said like, oh, I was really good today because of the way that you ate?
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck is that? Actually, was I nice to anybody today or was I a total bitch? Like where is, what's my context,
Yeah.
Or why is that the measure of like, was I good to, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's so stupid.
I know. Or if I have a bad workout, I'm like, why did I even bother today?
Yeah.
Why did I even bother? Which is so sick.
Yeah.
To think that way.
Yeah.
It's like, you went out and you had a workout. That's great.
You moved your body.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And having this feeling of like, I've had to really work on not being like, oh, well, I need to go double hard tomorrow because I didn't feel like I really did. Yeah. And it's like, well, there could be a multitude of reasons why you didn't have that great of a workout. Maybe you didn't get enough sleep or your allergies are bothering you or whatever. Yeah. Or sometimes you just don't have a good workout.
Yes.
Also, what's a good workout?
What's a good workout? Exactly.
Yeah,
that's a great point. What's a good workout? Yeah. Sometimes it's like you're period is 3 days away. And
Yeah.
last time I worked out, it was 5 days away. And that's different.
Yeah. And like, also my life's so chaotic. I have no idea when my period's coming.
Yeah.
Because I am not in tune with my body.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And I'm scared to use the apps now.
Yeah.
So.
No, literally, I was just thinking that. I still do, but I'm like, this is a Canadian app, so hopefully.
Yeah. So many people have. I also have a lot of friends still in Texas, and so many of them are like,
So scary.
stop doing the app. So they've scared me out of using it, and I'm just putting a sticker
on your
in
date
a calendar.
book. Yeah.
Yep. And being like, I guess this is fine. But the app used to be like, it's a little weird that you're this late.
Yes.
And now I'm like, I don't know what's normal.
No, literally. The app is illuminating.
Yeah, and that's why we're saying it's an attack on women's health.
Yes.
Because it's information we no longer have access to.
Yeah.
About our bodies.
Yeah. And it's like, I remember when I was naive enough to think that, I live in New York. I live in New Jersey. Like, I'll always have, and it's like, not when things get to a federal level. It's not when like life circumstances all of a sudden put you in a state where you don't have the same rights that you did from like, your place you were born.
Chris Christie thought he would always have access to the beach. Let's see. You never know what they're gonna pull.
You never know, man. They'll pull that rug right out from under you.
Yeah,
man.
But yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I always think like, oh yeah, I live in this bubble and it's a liberal bubble, but
yeah,
it could change.
It is insane that I'm having conversations with my girlfriends who like are recently married and they're like going through the process of getting their name changed to their now husband's name. And I was talking to my one friend who was like, I'm leaving my like publicly I'll be like, first name, new last name, but getting my name changed, I'm keeping my born name in there because of this like voting thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm worried about that in the future, which people may say like, oh, you fell for fear mongering. And I don't know, maybe, but
doesn't it sound like something they would do?
Yeah.
Like,
doesn't it sound scary? I'm kind of getting like really, really annoyed and sick of like comedians that are like, I didn't vote for this. And it's like,
yeah.
Come on.
Then what did you vote for?
What did you vote for?
And be specific, because I'd be willing to bet you don't actually know.
Yeah.
Or like what your answer is has nothing to do with what you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Because this is what you voted for.
Yeah. The number one thing that like I'm hearing from comedians like Andrew Schultz and Tim Dillon, who like, I listen to Tim Dillon's podcast every single week. I'm a Patreon subscriber. I'm a big freaking fan. And I was like getting so annoyed at him being like, I voted for the no war guy. And it's like, you really thought that Donald Trump and J.D. Vance weren't going to continue these wars?
Yeah.
Of course they were.
Like, what the hell?
Would it have been better under Kamala? I don't know, but it probably wouldn't be like this bad.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
And Tim Dillon, respectfully, I don't believe that he feels that strongly about war. I don't.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
So.
I don't know if there'll be a draft, though, because when we had the draft, it was because we didn't have many reserves.
Yeah.
Now we have reserves.
A lot of reserves. Well,
we also have a lot of war.
We got a lot of war, but we got a lot of kids can't pay for college. So that is a steady income into the military.
Yep.
So they're not worried about it, probably.
Because you went to a military, like the schools were military schools, they're like ROTC kids?
So we started going off base, I think, because I don't know for sure. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but I think my parents wanted me going to not military schools.
Yeah, so
that's why
insulated.
They moved off. Yeah, yeah. So I don't really remember. I just remember one of my schools when I was younger had a uniform. But we were also a school that went from not having a uniform to having a uniform.
Okay.
So I don't know if all military base schools do that. And then when I went to school off base, we didn't have a uniform, and I thought that was so much better.
Yeah, yeah.
So much better. Yeah. We had an ROTC at my high school, but that was also in Texas. So San Antonio has 2 military bases. So there's a lot of military activity there. maybe that's why our OTC program was big.
Maybe.
But it wasn't. I didn't go to military school in San Antonio.
Yeah, it's just the only reason why I brought that up is because ROTC is just like, it's such a weird age to have kids commit to the military for like things like free school.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think they're like, oh, these kids don't know anything.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's perfect for what we're doing.
Right?
Like,
God.
yeah. Truly.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, man. Well, we're at about an hour.
Yeah, wow.
I don't know if I have any other questions for you. I loved our chat.
Yeah, I did too.
I thought this was so fun.
I felt very not shy, so that was
good.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
I was so like, you were on my list of like, oh, I gotta get.
Oh my God, I'm so flattered. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So tell the people, where can they find you?
I'm on Instagram at Alysia Hush. I also produce a show called Comedy Ugly with 2 other comics, Kim Denaro and Marissa Riley. It is very fun. Have you done the show?
I don't think so.
You should come do it.
Oh,
It's very
I'll
fun.
come.
Yeah,
100%.
it's a strip show, but you do whatever you want.
Oh, nice.
So you could put clothes on. You could just take off your socks. You could
fun.
do whatever. And it's very, very fun. It's the second Thursday of every month at Easy Lover.
Oh, I love Easy Lover.
It's the best. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, amazing. Great. Well, guys, this has been amazing. And until next week, we'll talk to you. Bye.
Bye.